And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And Favors kicks to Burks. Gobert with a screen for Burks. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
And that one's good.
And, you know, going back to Randall's rookie year, his troubles really started during medical checkups before the draft. They found a foot injury dating back to high school. The fifth metatarsal had been broken, which may be why he fell a few spots in the draft.
Here is Hayward following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Hayward goes in. They can't stop the run with that one.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Shots good by Clarkson.
And talking about Randall's rookie injuries, the Lakers were going to let him play through the foot. But once he broke the leg, they did season-ending surgery on the foot as well. Hopefully, now he can just stay healthy and get to play the game he loves.
Now here's Hayward inside. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
The Jazz shooting their first foul shot of the game. Down the free throw, no good. Utah had a great home court advantage last year here. This crowd knows how to get into an opponent's head.
Kevin, that they do. It's a big part of why the Jazz were able to eke out over 500 last season at home. Ended up 21-20 by winning 4 of their last 5 home games.
Now here's Gobert. Here's Burks. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
Jazz trail by 11.
And, you know, with Utah's play at home, they played in a very jazzy way. No pun intended. And by that, I mean grinding it out. They were really strong on the glass as they were second in the league in rebounding differential at home.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that.
They can't guard us on
First of the game for the Jazz.
And Utah being so good at home is one reason why they've been so competitive for the majority of their seasons. After last year, they became the only team not to lose 60 games in a season.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Lyles checked in for Rudy Gobert. Booker comes in for Derek Favors. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Alec Burks. And Trey Burks subbed in for Exum. And that one's good.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Here's Young. Hayward with some nice D.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Lyles no good. And here's the fast break. Russell leading the way. And Young with the basket on the assist by Russell. Russell's got 3 assists in the game. Jazz trail by 13. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
I was able to talk with Quinn Snyder for a moment. According to him, their focus defensively is going to be on making things difficult inside. Ideally, they'll be in the best shape, he feels, if they force most of the shots against them to come from the perimeter. Guys?
Thanks, Doris.
They're not going to run that play very often. But, hey, they'll take it. Way to notch that 3.
Well, clearly, guys, Trey Burke is a guy who is talent, drafted number 9 overall 2013, grew up in Columbus, Ohio, went to the University of Michigan. But so far, you know, Greg, in the NBA, he's been a bit of a tweener.
And that's a great point. And part of the issue is, you know, he was a scoring guard in a point guard's body. And one thing that happens in college when you're the best player, it's a lot easier. Now when you move up to the next level, you have to change what you do on the floor to impact the game. And that's been a challenge for him thus far early in his career.
Interesting. Just 4 to shoot. Lyles passes to Booker. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Right side, Williams. Passes it to Bass. The dish now to Young. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Here's Williams. Utah with the rebound.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
And he gets it to go.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
On the wing, Williams lets the three fly. And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Lakers ahead, up by 11. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Kobe Bryant dealing with the wear and tear of decades in the league. He talks about how he remains effective. Well, Kobe's age, and with the 2 years worth of injuries, is coming back for him just a matter of great adjustments? Or is that another way of saying he has to limit everyone's expectation, including his own?
You know what? When it comes to Kobe Bryant, history has shown that the normal rules just don't apply. I think it's the rest of the league that's going to have to adjust to a well-rested and still very lethal Black Mamba.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
I just like the way they're getting out in the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
Favors and Gobert, the shot-blocking duo inside. Exum and Burks, their backcourt. And it's Hood in at the 3. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
Jazz trail by 13.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
And former Coach of the Year Byron Scott now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. And Clark, I think he's a guy that the eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style.
Los Angeles leading by 11. Here's Clarkson. 14 points for him. Hibbert dishes to Williams. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
Here's Hood following the score by Lou Williams. Burks can't get it to go.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
Good. Clarkson's got 16.
And his stroke has been dead on from the outside. I mean, inside, outside, it just doesn't matter.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin. Boy, for Alec Burks, he really started to put it all together in his 3rd season. He doubled his scoring average, shooting percentage was up. Then last season, a strong start, but a shoulder injury cut short what I thought was going to be his best season yet.
And back to Alec Burks, a guy who entered the league with raw talent, but once the light went on, Greg, he showed the ability to help his team in a number of ways.
Yeah, he's going to be the prototype in terms of a two-way player. He's a guy who can not only score it for you, but he'll rebound and defend it. But what impressed me last season is he averaged 3 assists a game, really looked to make plays for his teammates.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play, going to the line for 1.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg. They've